Last Goose Hunt and Pickup, William Hovey Smith, 2013. I'm the author of Extreme Muzzleloading, and this is the retrieval from our last goose hunt.
Among the first obstacles on any waterfowl hunt is actually getting your boat to water. It has been very dry in central Georgia this year, and you can see my launching place is more mud than water out there. Previously, I'd been able to launch as early as September, but this year it was December before I could put a boat in the water. Even so, I strung this line here out to a cypress tree so I would have something to pull against, and lucky that I did, because otherwise I would have had a very hard paddle trying to move mud to actually get the boat to somewhere where it would actually float. Now, this is something like a video game where you have to clear one obstacle and immediately you run into another one. Well, that cypress tree has been the site of an old beaver dam, and you can perhaps see the cypress knees sticking up there and the channel over to the right. Well, I actually had to dismount and balance it on the top of those cypress knees and get out of the boat to lighten it and pull and tug to clear that little passage of about 7 or 8 feet. Yeah, I'm standing up in this boat, and this is what I use to put the decoys out in. This is a stealth boat, and it's quite stable so far as standing in. I can stand in it and shoot, I can stand in it and bow fish. And so we're going to put the decoys out in this pocket that you see, and then proceed to await developments. It's late in the day, it's about 9 o'clock. Geese have already flown off the pond at first light. So what we're going to do is set up for them for their return trip this afternoon and evening. So that's the general plan of operation here. I could have come in at dawn, but when you do, you flush the waterfowl and they know you're here. Consequently, if you can stay the day and have the stamina to do that, your chances of success are increased. Well, we have our decoys deployed now. As you can see, I have 4 over to my right, then open water immediately in front of the blind, and then down the pond 2 more. So hopefully the geese are going to land right here in front of me. Well, actually they probably won't, but if they come over, they will have that opportunity. My best chances here are actually at a flight of passing geese, and by calling and setting these decoys, hopefully I can bring them low enough for a shot.
Here, as in previous times this year, you hear me calling and actually geese calling from the lower end of the pond, but I can't coax them up any closer. So we try. We get out there and they come or they don't come, but you'll see no goose shot here this year.
Well, that's what our decoy spread looked like. And it is now approaching the last day of the hunting season. And nothing but bluebird weather ahead, so I'm going to go ahead and pull these decoys out. I hunted all day yesterday with absolutely no result, not a shot fired. And we have some interlopers. Indeed we do. Like Casey Dog and Diana Dog. Now, they weren't planned in this adventure. They followed me out in the truck and swam out to the boat, and I was halfway here and nothing to do but put them in and bring them. Okay, hound doggies, you're out here. Yeah, you're going to help Daddy get decoys. Well, hound dog, you know, you are in a position of peril there. Well, Casey has better scent. She's well in the bottom of the boat. Diana Dog is stuck out there like a figurehead.
And we still have 5 more decoys to pick up, guy. Well, decoy pickup is now done. And that is Casey peering over the top of the decoy bag. As you'll notice, I have the bag well cinched. And Diana managed to stay on the boat thus far, even though she is very interested in the goings on. And she looks like she wants to walk along the rail for a while, which is even more perilous than where she was. When you pick up decoys like this, you want to make sure that you wind up all the cords, even if you are in desperate situations. Because if you don't, and you have to move in the boat, you are guaranteed that your cords are going to get tangled up in your feet, and you and them are going to go overboard together. And that ain't no good. And Diana, you're getting in worse shape than you were. All right. So now we're going to head back down our path and get back to shore, more or less with hound dogs. The return is progressing somewhat. Well, decoy bag's in the boat, Casey's in the boat, Diana's thrashing around in the weeds, literally. There she is. She's having some good sniffs out there. You can see how dry this is. Wow. And this is why I had so much trouble launching in the first place and couldn't get the boat in the water until December, and we had some. Now, you see our way home. So I'm going to untie the line at this end and then use it to pull us in. We are back to shore, and now the task is to get all this junk up to the truck again, along with our 2 vagrant hound dogs who are out there sniffing quite happily in the weeds and who are now covered with marsh mud and absolutely filthy and can't understand why they can't go back and ride in the truck with Daddy. To get boat out from here, here's the boat, and you'll notice a rope on it. It used to be longer, but the beaver decided it'd make a great construction material, so it cut about 10 feet of it off. Now that is about, an 8-foot vertical rise. So rather than manhandle it up, I run a line down the steepest portion, but I do have to hand pull it around all these little twists and turns to get it to where I can get a straight pull on it. So that's what I'll be about doing. One way to pull something like this is to take your paddle and you take several wraps of heavy cord around it. That way you can even put it around your chest and pull that way if you need to go a considerable distance. Now this boat has a nice convenient handle on the front, and it's light enough that you can't pick it up all together like you can some canoes, but you can at least pick it halfway up, horse it around over all tree roots and fallen logs and things of this nature, or even turn it sideways. So that way you can get it into some really tight places. These stealth boats are wonderful for this kind of stuff, and being all one-piece plastic, they're heavy enough to take some real abuse. So now I'm going to hook it up to this heavy braided tow cable that you see and actually pull it up on flat ground so I can load it in the back of the truck. As you can see, we have just the very lip caught up against the back of the truck, and now the task is to go ahead and push it in. I've already flipped the boat and dumped it, and the reason I'm loading it this way is because it has this molded seat, and this is naturally the heaviest part of the boat. And this is a short bed pickup, so I don't have a lot of room, and I certainly want all the weight forward, particularly as I have an uphill trip to get back to the house. We'll see how this goes. Sometimes it doesn't go all that well. I picked up, it slipped. All right. First you don't succeed. See if I can get more of it up. Okay. That will hold. Four in. Okay, now that's as far as this thing's going to go. Now you know why I was talking about putting the weight back? Yeah. All right. We're going to tie it off here a little bit with what little rope that our beaver left us. That'll at least give some restraint on it. And of course, we have everything else to go back in the truck. Make the truck box. Hang stuff in it. My shooting bag. Goes in, and handle. Chain and cable. As I've oft-times said, if there's anything that takes more to do than this duck hunting, I don't want to do it. Decoys, of course. All right. Absolutely sodden the cushion. Thanks to hound dogs. And more paddles and rope. All right. Not that that window is going to do any good at all towards restraining anything. But, yes, hound dog, we are loaded up. Except you're going to have to run home. Yeah, you are dirty butt. Yes, you are. I know you won't go in, but no. You in case you're going to have to go by foot. Well, if you clean up from your duck blind, or if you do as I do, and leave some things down at a particular hunting spot all season and then pick them up at the end of the year, it's good to get these things up when it's daylight out here, rather than trying to do at the end of your last hunt in pitch black dark. As you know, we duck hunters, we use all this camo stuff. If it ain't camo, it's black, and it's awful easy to lose or leave something out here on the ground and then have to go back the next day anyway and get it. So, best do your last day's hunt, get out, go home, rest up, then come back the next day or your next available day and then pick up your stuff in daylight. I guarantee you that'll work out best for you in the long run. But now, this is Hovey Smith reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe, goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.
This ended a typical season for me at this location. I went 5 times, I fired a very few shots, if any, and got no geese. Now, when I am successful with my muzzle-loading guns, now this results in a real trophy fall. For more information on my books, blogs, videos, and radio show, Hovey's Outdoor Adventures, go to my website, www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye. and God bless.